Good morning, YouTube. It has been a hot minute since I have made a video for either one of my channels. Um, so I did go outside today. Checked out the garden. Picked a few tomatoes. Picked some herbs. Okay. Did not water. I heard on the radio that it rained last night. Plus, it rained yesterday a little bit. And I watered it yesterday morning. I pulled out three of the zucchini plants that are no longer producing, and the one yellow squash plant that never produced. It kind of just didn't grow very well. Um, so I had 2.5 quart bags full of cherry tomatoes between the black cherry, the yellow pear cherry tomatoes, and this one other variety. I don't know the name of it because it just kind of grew in the seed starting dirt bag. I just plopped it in the garden and, you know. That does not include the tomatoes that I ate. Okay, so what I am doing this morning, since I have an abundance of cherry tomatoes, is I'm making spaghetti sauce in the crock pot. Okay, so thank you, Daddy Dearest, for the crock pot that I got for Christmas. It's the second time this week I have used it. Um, so after, in a little while, I'm going to go get some ground turkey out of the deep freezer, thaw that out, and after I get home from picking up the kids from school, I am going to ground that up, put some zucchini and yellow squash. You know what? I might do that depending on how the what is 4 hours from now? Depending on how the crock pot is looking, I might do that before. I made pasta last night, so um, brown up the ground turkey and um, what else? Zucchini. You know what? I'm gonna do that before zucchini and yellow squash. Put that in, and then when I get, just let it heat up in the crock pot. Put it on low while I go get the kids. Um, and then I'll come home and use some tomato paste if I need to thicken it up a little bit. It is almost 10 o'clock. Itty Bitty is just running around like a crazy kitty. Yasmina. So, I got everything in there. I think I'm gonna make some tea, some sage and thyme tea. Oh, that sounds really good right about now. I only used half an onion. I got the recipe from Chat GPT. I used basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary, and sage from the garden. So it should be good. The only thing that did not come from the garden is the onions and the garlic because I didn't grow them this year. So I am going to be looking into, speaking of garden and growing this year. I have some broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and what else? Leafy greens, like spinach and arugula and lettuce. Um, might be something else, microgreens. All of that. I'm gonna see when I can start planting that. We have 2 full days of July left, so I'm fortunate enough in South Carolina to have a longer growing season. I have picked basil and herbs in December. So November, December, that kind of thing. So um, since I am growing broccoli and cauliflower, and cabbage, I am going to see what grows good together, the companion planting. I still have basil, and my tomatoes are still going good. My, what's it called? Peanuts are still in there growing good. Um, what else? And the marigolds. So plant around all the things. Um, so I have 4 raised garden beds. They are 12 foot long by 4 foot wide and 1 foot tall. So I have plenty of space to grow stuff in the fall. This is the first year that I have planted in the spring and have stuff ready to plant in the fall. And I'm excited about it, you know. So I absolutely love my garden. And I am so grateful for the ability to grow my garden. Um, so anyways, I think I am going to clear out my thingy. Get started on the kids. My rowing machine. I have not used my rowing machine since February, middle of February, and I'm kind of itching to do it today. So I'm going to go get that out and figure out which one I am going to do today. But I will show you the tomatoes first. Alright, so here's my crock pot. My dad got it for me for Christmas. Not this past Christmas, but the previous Christmas. And here's my tomatoes with the onions and the garlic and the herbs. So I am looking forward to eating this today. So I'm so excited. When you love your garden loves you back, and you get an abundance of stuff. So, but yeah, I'm really grateful. I am going to get started on the sage and thyme tea. There's anti stuff in there in the sage and the thyme. I add some honey to it, and it's just really good. Okay, so I cleaned around my rowing machine. I got it straightened out, ready to use. I picked out my 5K that I'm going to be doing. I filled up my Stanley with some orange Gatorade, or Glacier Cherry Gatorade, and a little bit of, what's it called? Coconut water for extra hydration. I am already sweaty. I picked out the 5K that I'm doing. Okay, so it is the end of July. Literally July 29th, okay? Beginning of the month, we had the 4th of July. Anybody know where I'm getting at? So we are going to be doing this one. Charities Homes for Our Troops. Not exactly my favorite design. I don't care for the hot dog. You know, but the rest of it I do like. So, and it is a metal one instead of the plastic, the hard plastic. All the ones this year that I have gotten so far have been the metal. So on here, you have the option to do 1 mile 5K, 10K, 13.1, and 26.2. I am going to do the 5K. I do have one race where it completely skips the 5K, and actually I have it in here. It goes, let me see if it says 1 mile, 10K, 10 mile, 100K, 100 mile. And it is the Thank You for Being a Friend with Betty White. So I have not decided if this one is a plastic one. I don't feel like digging it out. It's got the girls on it. Betty White and her friends, the Golden Girls. So, and then May the 4th Be With You is the other one that I have left that I didn't do before the kids got out of school. This one is a 1 mile 5K, 10K, 13.1, and 26.2. I don't know about the squad goals one, or Thank You for Being a Friend. If I'm going to do the 10K all at once, because that's over 6 miles. So 5K is 3.1 miles. 10K is 6.2 miles. 6.2 is going to be the longest distance, because I've done 4 miles on the rowing machine. And I couldn't wait to be done. But anyways, I am going to get my headphones, grab my drink, grab my tablet, and go do the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day 2025 5K on the rowing machine. I am actually quite pumped. I need the movement. I am craving the movement. Okay, so I didn't know what I wanted to do today as far as exercise, but figured it out. And I'll let y'all know. And of course I got this for the memory keeping from my, I do have to get a thing for the bib. So, but I'm going to try to keep it under 30 minutes. So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so it's done. The goal was under 30 minutes, 28:39. So yay! I did it under 30 minutes. Woohoo! Not bad for not doing it since February 14th. And that one was 27:58, so I gotta stop the Fitbit. I did take a couple of breaks. I got my 5,000 steps, so yay. I ended up taking my shirt off, because it was getting on my nerves. Oh, my hair's a mess. I just stirred the, spaghetti sauce, well, the tomatoes. Some of them are starting to split, but I got the 5K done. I forgot to grab a pen before coming out here, and I don't know how many of the ones here work. I also forgot a pencil. Let's see if this one works. Not really. These ones are the ones that Elijah uses. Alright, we are not getting these ones to work, so I am going to have to go in my room and get a pen. 28:39. The goal was under 30 minutes. Which for the first time in 5 months of not being on the rowing machine, 28:39 is a decent time. It's a good time, actually. So, but I am going to go get a pen of some sort to write down stuff and a pencil. But I am going to unwrap this first. Because it's done. Get the black back finish. So, yay, it's done. But, anyways, I'm going to go get a pen. And then once I do that, I will, grab a picture for Instagram and Facebook. So. I'm glad to be done. Alright, so I put the shirt back on, took the picture. I got this filled out. I am going to, put the rowing machine and stuff back, and hopefully find my fabric in the process. I found some of it. Okay. Because I'm going to start making these. I am on the Teedo app, Teedoo. If I could figure it out, I'll put the, put a link in the description box. Make a bunch of these headbands, to sell. I'm still working on crocheting a granny square, using 2 different yarns, but basically the same colors. One is Black Light, and the other one is something, by Red Heart. I would love to put it in my, use my, what's it called, Centro knitting machine that I got for my birthday, a couple years ago, but the Centro does not like Red Heart brand. It likes the I Love This Yarn brand from Hobby Lobby. So yeah. Do all that and, well, put my rowing machine back and put the stuff back and, take a shower, and hopefully that will be closer to being done about 1 o'clock, since I started at about 9:30-ish. But I do want to, what's it called? Brown the ground beef and put the, or not ground beef, ground turkey, and put some, zucchini and yellow squash in there, and bell peppers, and just put it back on low, and while I'm getting the kids, if it's not done by like 1:30, then I will do that afterwards, after I get home, and just let it sit for the last hour and a half, on low. While I'm gone, I am going to put it on low. Yesterday I made barbecue chicken. I stuck it in about 10:30, and by the time we ate about 5:30, it was falling off the bone, and I just put it on low. So I'm just trying to kind of speed up the process a little bit. The ground turkey is thawed out. The zucchini, yellow squash, and bell peppers are not. But I normally have those. I normally saute the bell peppers while I am, browning the ground turkey. So I am also going to eat lunch. I cooked up some mahi yesterday, and we have some rice. Figure out a vegetable. But yeah, I am going to get stuff done. I think this might be the first time I've gotten on the rowing machine since getting my hair cut. I don't remember when I got my hair cut. I know it was February. So much easier. I could go back, pull back, and not have to worry about my hair getting hot. So, but anyways, before I end this video, I'll show you the spaghetti sauce. We are going to eat the pasta that I made yesterday because I'm not going to waste it. Mom goes on vacation tomorrow. At some point between today and tomorrow, I'm going to clean out the refrigerators. Might end up being tomorrow. So, okay, y'all. Wyatt is over there playing Minecraft. Here is dinner. My spaghetti sauce. I added 2 cans of diced tomatoes, ground turkey, some bell peppers, mushrooms, zucchini and yellow squash from the garden, and it's just been in the crock pot. So I am going to sit down and eat. Trying to thicken it up, which is why I put it like that. I may just take it off completely for a little while so it can thicken. There we go. So, I don't know if it'll actually work. Oh, and I added some tomato paste too. So, zucchini from the garden, yellow squash from the garden, and it is actually really good. So, I'm going to sit down and eat because I am very hungry.